Hey everybody, this is your girl Epiphany Tanya, and I missed you guys. I didn't come online yesterday. I'm just trying to find my remote control so I can turn my TV down. I missed you guys. I didn't come online yesterday. I didn't make any videos yesterday. Just took a little break, but I'm back. So I just wanted to do some more commentary videos, but today it's kind of funny because I had all these plans to do different videos about a few different things, but this thing, hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing it, this thing that me and my husband went through just made me want to do a video about feminism. And we know that that's like, this movement of feminism is has kind of been like a stain for women, I think. I came to understand feminism a little better today when I was going through a certain situation with my husband, and we just kind of had a little bit of a communication mishap. And so I was telling him during, our heated conversation, we'll call it that, that feminism, I believe, was born out of the fact of some men abusing their power, right? Because if the man, back then the woman couldn't work, she had to depend on the man. Women were seen more like property, back in the, whatever 1800s that it was. They were seen as property. They didn't have a say. They couldn't vote. And so, by some men abusing that power, abusing the woman, abusing the power, not including her, not making her like almost like an equal partner, like communicate with her. Let's say, like, even though, yes, you make the bill, you make the money, yes, you pay all the bills, but by including her and saying, hey, hun, what do you think about this? What do you think we should do? Now, ultimately, you're the man, so you're going to make the decision at the end of the day. But just letting her feel empowered, like she has a say, then why would she need to go run out and get her own power and start her own movement of feminism? I feel like feminism came out of the place of women not feeling like they had any power or say. But if her husband was proficient and effective in actually helping her to feel empowered, then it would have been no need for women to rise up and start a whole movement, right? Because if she had been more a part of the decision-making process, then maybe, and it's not like women are without our issues, because, you had somebody like, now I'm taking it all the way back to biblical times with Adam and Eve, that she went off and she made a decision without her husband. But some scholars or pastors or preachers believe and say that Adam was right there with her. So that's a kind of controversial, like, was he right there or not? Because if he was right there, then it's kind of like he shirked on his responsibility as a man to step in and intervene, and not let what happened go down. But I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you guys about feminism and how I really feel like it's hurt us as it relates to men and women's relationship. And then with that, you have the whole rise of homosexuality movement. And because, when people don't, God designed us a certain way, right? And when people lose their place as far as what their roles are, and like as a woman, I don't feel, complete or whole, or I don't feel empowered, because, maybe my husband has all the power, he has all the money, and he's verbally abusive. Not saying my husband's not like that, but I'm saying, like, for example, and, all these things are going on. And now I start to question, okay, well, if I'm not good enough to include in the equation, then who am I, and what's my role as the woman? And I lose sight of that. And then vice versa for the man. When women raise up and they start this feminist movement and everything is about the woman, and they want to take the power away from the man, they want to take his manhood from him. Now he's questioning who he is, and he doesn't have his place anymore. And now he starts questioning, well, maybe I'm not really a man. Maybe I'm a woman. So I feel like all these things, if you go back and look at it, where it came from at the root, then you could see some things of like how we got here. And so I think we can improve it and just do better communication, talk to each other, like let that woman know. I gave a example to my husband. I was talking about when I worked in this classroom with children with behavioral problems, and how all the children I ever worked with in my almost 12-year history. It really goes back longer than that because I have like a 20-year work history, and I used to work with children every summer. But you know, every kid that I saw have issues where they had like behavioral problems. The triggering event for 90% of their issues was change. So when they didn't have that communication, you didn't prepare them when something was about to change. Like let's say we're in the classroom and the class is about to go from one subject to, oh, you're going to go from the class to the computer lab, let's say, and you don't prepare those kids in enough time to say, okay, in 10 minutes or 20 minutes, we're going to the computer lab, and you start counting down 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You don't give them that sufficient preparation. Every single time I've seen outbursts, behavioral problems, uproars, and 90% of the time when the teacher did that, or, you know, for myself as the counselor, when we did that, then you didn't see those issues. You didn't see them have freakouts, meltdowns, because when people can kind of get a preparation of what's coming, what's next, it's not such a shock to them. It doesn't throw them off. It doesn't make them fearful, because they have no, you know, we have very little locus of control as human beings. You know, a lot of us think we're in control and power, but really God is in control. So by us not having that locus of control, it causes a lot of anxiety and fear. But the more you can empower someone to give them, you know, a little bit of a heads up and kind of prepare their mind for certain things, the better I think it is. And I think it brings in peace, because it's just that communication piece. It's like, okay, yes, the man is a man. He's going to make the decisions. But the more he empowers the woman by communicating and say, hey, hon, what do you think about this? Hey, what's your thoughts and opinions? And take in her opinion. Now, you know, you might find that, okay, that doesn't work, you know, and then you're going to go off and do something else. Or maybe you'll incorporate some pieces of what she said. But at the same time, by not even including her, then you're just robbing her of that experience to, first of all, have any kind of power. Second of all, to be prepared for what's next and what's coming, right? So she's not thrown off course. And, you know, so it's just common courtesy. It's just respect. It's just love. It's just care for each other. I feel like we could do better in these areas. But anyway, so that's all for this video. But I also wanted to share with you guys some of the things I'm working on. Let me see if I can pull it up. I started designing some new merchandise. So I have, if you guys don't know, I have a store, an online store called Miss Sidewalk Rose, and now I'm making a new store called the Red Republic. And so let me see if I can, I don't know if this will turn